Pardon me. It is Thursday, the 13th of December. I'm sorry I didn't release any videos this weekend, or my weekend just gone. You know, I had a lot on my table, a lot of things we were doing, ranging from popped out to Devisors, have a look-see. I also had a little look-see at some marinas as well that were there, and had a chat, chasing up the idea about narrowboat to live on, which it looks positive. Actually, when I got there, actually, more I looked at one, I was like, actually, I kind of like it. And there will have to be some improvisations to my lifestyle in there and alterations, but I think a lot of it for me for the positive. But I hope you're not giving up anything major either. You know, I'll just have to, you know, it's, a lot of it's preference down to the boat that I would choose as well. You know, how much alteration I'm willing to do, and if it needs any. You know, you never know, I might find the white boat that I don't need to do much on whatsoever. That's the ideal dream, is we want that I don't have to do a huge amount, but I could put my mark on it at the same time. But we'll see. As if we go ahead with it. We also got a property evaluated as well, which, you know, a lot of they go into, but it is what it is. Which is positive. The amount was good. It was more than I expected. I'm not going to say how much the property's worth, or if we are definitely going to sell it. But if we do sell it, that would fund me moving into a narrowboat, or into my own property of such dependent, or vice versa. We'll see. We'll see which direction. There's lots of options on the table at the moment what could happen. To be honest, I'm pretty comfortable at the moment. There's no major rush, but as a family we would like to do either get something in the property or get it shifted. The problem is the property that we have as a family has got an age restriction on it, which is a bit awkward because I can't live there legally. And we've had it for 5 years now, and the person, not to get too much into it, hasn't moved in there, so you know, we need to boil down to, you know, what we're going to do with it, because at the end of the day it's just burning money at the end of the day, and in my eyes it's completely wrong. I don't mind if it was lived in, it's not burning money then, you know, it's justified then, you know, you're covering the bills, etc, etc, council tax, so on and so on, you know. But at the moment you're paying double council tax on being empty, and, you know, almost double around that anyway. It's a stupid amount, and you got electric rates. I understand why, you know, the council tax is so high, is to try and get somebody to move in. You don't want it sat empty. But oh well, it is what it is. Hopefully I might get down to the conclusion of it anyway soon, because it's just beyond ridiculous in my eyes. But that's just me personally. That is just a bit of a personal thing. I don't want to go any further into it, because at the end of the day it is a family matter. And, you know, the person who has the final decision on it, you know, it's their call at the end of the day what they do with it. If they want to keep it, they can keep it as it is, but it's stupid to do so. But never mind, it is what it is. What else did we do? We also had to phone up a plumber, because 2 of our radiators gave up the goose, and we might as well get the boiler serviced as well while we're at it. So the plumber should be coming, probably he should be there right now, to be honest, looking at the time, around 12:30. So that should be done. Next week we have an electrician coming as well, because there's also our boiler control, like the digital display thing you can alter, do your timings on, that the displays had it literally, you can only read half of it, and then what you can read is undersized. You can't really make out what it says, because a lot of the display has died. It's probably the best word. I know, yes, you could always replace the display and get to that, but I thought I'll get a smart controller put in, which I've got, I think it's a Nest 3rd Gen or something like that. All those sort of things anyway. Which I think in some ways would be a good idea, because then I can control the temperature of the house when I'm away. You know, and you know, it gives a lot of flexibility. It makes it also easier just to set up your timings and all that. Monitor what the house is up to, how much the boiler's being used, so on and so forth. And sort a few things out. Yeah, it's been for one day off. Well, it's technically 2 days I had off, but I did sort of work the first day as well. I didn't get home to about 9 o'clock. Thereabouts, anyway. And we ended up doing Active Devices that day, which enjoyed our trip out there anyway. It's a nice town to go and visit. We didn't go fully in the town centre, so I just drove through it. We just had lunch, had a look at a few of the marinas, and had to drive down there to have a look around at the odd place. Had a look at the canal as well. You got the, I think it's got the 16 locks there as well, which one of the marinas that, I think it might be 2 of the marinas, because like a place that had 2 marinas in one area. Which they were the cheaper one, and that might be the one I would go for, because they were pretty decent at the same time. The one inside town, which was my first choice originally, they're uber expensive, but it's understandable because they're in the centre of town. It's, you know, state of the art. It's just like, it's not a drama, that is what it is. But the other places are nice. Actually, in some ways, it's nicer. The other 2 are nicer because they're out slightly more on the countryside, which I kind of like. And there's one of them that offers that has moorings available that are sort of have like your little garden area. Not that I'm a gardener, but when it comes up to time, if we do go ahead with doing it, is obviously I might check that out and actually have a look, see how big the garden is. If it's something that you can just cut with a lawnmower or something like that, and there's somewhere to store your lawnmower on there, or you know, see what the score is, or put some patio on it or something. Because I'm not much of a gardener, but it would be nice to have your own sort of area, if you know what I mean, as well. I can live being on the jetty, I don't mind that either, but you know, if you have your own sort of little area, all of them you're allowed to park your car relatively close to your boat as well. So one of them, you can, depending where your boat will be located, the chances are you can pretty much almost park outside your boat. So I'm not going to quote what the prices were quoted to me at the end of the day, because at the end of the day they can change, and you know, I think a lot of it boils down to a bit of negotiation as well, because it's how I'll be looking long term. So I might be able to come to terms and say, look, I'm going to be seriously long term, you know, what can you do for me, you know? So a reduced package, if I say I signed into contract and I pay yearly. We'll see. But even if they say no, it's still pretty reasonable anyway, so I can live with it. Yeah, so a lot of plans for the future, you know. I mean, this is a bit of fastball, but it's something I've been thinking about for a while, in terms of, even though I sort of have got my own place, it isn't. I'm sort of sharing it at the moment, which, you know, it's okay, but it would be nice just to, even no matter how small it was, just to have my own little bit. I mean, I'm not too bothered about a house or a flat, to be honest, because the issue I see with a house,
go left on the roundabout.
House and the flat is the amount of council tax you pay. And when I'm at work for, you know, 5 days a week at least. I'm away for 5
Go left
days.
on the roundabout. First
I had a little
exit,
look at
then
this.
take the
Apparently,
motorway.
and this was awesome about the boat, you can do this on the boat, because I think you can't do it with houses. I'm not too sure if you can or not with flats or houses. I should be looking a bit more on that one, but I know the boats themselves, depending on how you do it, legally I am entitled to not pay any council tax, because I'm only there for less than 4 nights, or 3 nights effectively I'll be there for, at the most, on average. Aside some holidays and that, but you know, chances are I'll be out on the boat elsewhere. And you know, in a way I'll pay my taxes elsewhere anyway, so it's not a major drama.
Follow.
And you pay your waterway rates and all that, which cover all the facilities, just about. Which was interesting to find out as well. Which, you know, it says, and it makes sense, because at the end of the day I'm only going to be there primarily for 2 days on the boat. Even though I would own the boat fully, it, you know, because of my job being away, I can't occupy. And that's what puts me off from owning a house or a flat. The only, in my eyes, the only, unless if you got a partner or something like that, you're sharing it, or you know, it. And this is the bit that I've been sort of tripping up on. It's going, look, I'm going to be away for 5 days. I'm only going to be in it. I'll be able to use it for 2 days, and you know, I might have to pop away and go to family nearby. You know, because one's got old. You know, that's all reasons of me being down here as well. Which I'll still do on the boat. You know, I'll still pop away maybe for a couple of hours, afternoon, or when she needs me or so. You know. But you know, I can't justify a house or flat personally. You know, it's only covering all the bills, and the fact that I'll be away for 5 days of it, so I won't be benefiting for it most of the month. You know, about a week and a bit, I think it collates to out of a month. I know I'm paid really well now, but maybe I'm a cheapskate. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm. Even though if you look at my spending habits, you probably would think the opposite. Probably, but I've sorted myself out. Pretty much got all my loose ends, I've made 1 or 2 sorted, you know. But no, everything's under control anyway, so it's all good. A lot better than it used to be anyway. Yeah, so I'm sorry I'm talking fairly personal, but you know, it's a bit of news that could be interesting in the future, you know. Because then maybe I could vlog a bit on the narrowboat then as well. Truck it on the narrowboat. I suppose it's something else to, you know, learn and, you know, do, because it's not just it won't be just a house. It's a house that you can move around and take on holiday effectively. You know, the only issues that I can perceive in my stuff, I have a motorbike which you can keep there, but they don't have anywhere such. I don't know about the other one, but the one that I got to see a lot of, aside from the very expensive one, as far as what I saw, there could have been, didn't seem to have any indoor storage area for your motorbike or anything like that. But it's not a drama, I can keep that at the family house down there anyway, so in the garage. So the only issue is if I want to go out there, I'll have to drive all the way over to the family house to take my motorbike out. But here's what it is, and I might be able to find a solution to it anyway in the future, because I still want to keep the motorbike, I still want to go touring on it and all that. I might have to sort out the surfboards, but I might be able to stop the surfboard on there, but that's dependent on the narrowboat, on the design. I won't store it on the outside for obvious reasons. You know, a lot of the stuff I could still take, you know, the computers that might need working out the power usage side. Where it's in the key, it should be fine. It might be a case of where it's in the key, I use my computers. Where it's not, you know, when we're out and about, they're not used. Depending on the power supply facilities possibilities, as they would say. Just drop it down a wee bit, just let this guy cruise on by. Yeah, I'm deciding I should pull into the service a lot. I think what I might do is get to the customer. We've got enough time, we've got enough drive time to get there. And have a break at the customer, like straight towards Andover. Yeah, so I'm absolutely, amused by, going through the possibilities of what could happen in the future. I know, yes, the possibilities, it could all change. It's all subject to change, I would say, and all of that. But, another reason I'm considering now about, which falls on, when I look at the money side, so I can save a bit more. Yes, on the outlay, the outlay side, yeah, getting started with it, like buying any form of property, is going to be expensive bit. The initial investment stage, buying in. Yeah, that van there, I haven't indicated on for quite a while. Although yes, it's not my right of way, I understand, so it's not a major drama, it was just a bit irritating. But kindly the truck behind him flashed me out, he didn't have to. He really didn't have to let me out, But that car was being like, nope, I love sitting in the middle lane. Well, he's still in the middle lane. I don't think he's sussed out what lane one is yet, or 3. He's only found the middle lane. Who knows? You get them, the middle lane sitters, middle laners. No matter how irritating they are what they are. Yeah, so there's a lot on the plate, I mean, as I said, it falls down also. Because after the outlay on buying it, I've done the maths and actually it works out. I'm not going to say precise figures, but let's say it's a lot cheaper than running a house or a flat. Flat would be my second option, personally, if I were to move out again and go into somewhere, would be my second option. Or a bungalow. But the problem is down south here, it's just so expensive, even with flats. It's just like, I was just looking at them the other day going, I could save so much, because I'm picking up the narrowboats I'm looking at, you get a pretty decent one for around 50 grand. Or basically from about 35, 40, I think from realistically from 40 up to 60 grand is where I'm looking. And it will give me a lot of leeway as well above, because I have a lot of excess money then for any maintenance, any improvements, some saved up money as well. Covering the first outlay, licensing and all that. You don't have to have a license to sell one though, so at least don't need to worry about having to pass the test as such. But I might consider putting myself onto a boatman's course, I think it's called. Even though I have done not narrowboats itself, but on the Norfolk Broad sort of top style. So I think it might be a narrowboat, but more like a line beam sort of design. Let's look down by one. Let's let this guy comes on by if he can. As I was going to pull into the services to have a break, but I've already stopped off here, this side and the other side, twice already today. I've had enough of my business, even if I don't go in to use them. I'll much rather get to the customer and get tipped and have a wait there. So I've got all I need anyway for today. I might make myself a coffee as well. This could be awkward. The car sat right next door to me. He's not going to budge out. I know he's not. He's going to make the way. But cause some chaos. Bit of a nightmare, but oh, it is what it was. Maybe I should have tried, but it is what it is. Let's back off a wee bit. Might be speeding up because we're down the hills. Because with the cruise control, the downhill mode, the hill descent mode bit, which I've activated at the same time, which slows you down going downhill, there's a 3 kph or mile per hour difference in between, so it can sort of roll off a wee bit, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so you might go and be excited about the possibility of, you know, maybe looking at moving on to the narrowboat. You know, it'll be an adventure, it'll be a different lifestyle. There'll be some stuff I have to adapt to, but you know, I'm fairly adaptable. You know, compared to being in the truck, it's like getting to a 10-star hotel in comparison. And nothing bad about tramping. I'm just saying, in comparison, it's night and day difference between a top-end truck and a narrowboat. Depends which one you're looking at. If there's any issues. But I said, ideally I want to get a narrowboat that's pretty sound on the whole. Mechanically it's pretty sound, or it sounds, you know. I don't mind if I have to do some work on it, but you know, as long as the basics, all the very important bits are all covered, and like the back, you know, electrical systems are pretty all good as well. And if it's got everything I want on the electrical side, happy days. If not, it might have, if I do find the right one, but it doesn't have the right electric setup on, yeah, that might have to be another bit of investment I have to do into it. If obviously I do go ahead and buy one then. But we'll see, we'll see. So I do apologise if I've nattered on about narrowboats more. For what, last 20 minutes or so, whatever it is, half an hour. So what I'll do, I'll let you, I might film a bit later, we'll see. If I don't, hopefully you enjoyed.